Very much. You know, cutting class, that's one thing, but ditching jury duty, altogether different. Yet people keep doing it. This week, a Hillsborough judge lashes out when close to 400 potential jurors don't show up to serve their civic duty. All of them told to come back November 4th to excuse their absence.
The timing is wrong. They got me beginning of the year, I would have been there. But the timing is wrong. Started something new.
Will that excuse work? We'll find out. No-shows have become routine at the Hillsborough courthouse. About 22% absenteeism each week. So what's going on? And what's the reality of jury duty? Hillsborough County Assistant State Attorney Felix Vega joining us now to put this into perspective.
Good morning, Chris.
Thank you for being with us. All right, so people are very likely afraid of being seated on a Casey Anthony-style jury. They're away from their family for weeks and weeks and weeks. How often does that actually happen?
Very rarely. That's the exception, not the rule. Typically, a murder case can take about 2 to 3 days. Some jury trials can only go like maybe 1 or 2 days. So you're looking maybe 2 to 3, 3 to 4 days at the max. You're not staying there overtly late or like into the late hours of the night either.
And that's a murder trial. So what about some of the lesser offenses that are tried every day?
A typical DUI trial can take anywhere from like 3 to 4 hours, half a day. You come in on Monday, come back on Tuesday, and you're done.
Wow. Yeah. What's the day like for a typical juror? They get in early in the morning, I'm assuming.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait. And it's the same thing on our end, even as prosecutors and defense attorneys. They'll come into jury services in the large auditorium. They'll be given instructions about what their day is going to be like. Then eventually they'll get picked to go to different courtrooms in order to do the jury selection process. And if you're not picked on one jury, you might have to go back to jury services, wait for another one to come along. A lot of times, once you do one jury selection, you may not have to go back for another one.
Is it possible that you could be released early?
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
It's shorter than a work day.
Right. Sometimes you're out of there by lunchtime. Sometimes you're out of there later in the afternoon. It just depends. It's a big dynamic, and it's an ongoing process. So depending on the number of cases that are going on, we have 17 criminal divisions alone. So every other week, one of those divisions is in trial. So you have 8 courtrooms every week that have trials going on. So if it's a murder trial, if they need a large number of jurors, it all depends on those situations.
Wow. All right. So with 22% of people not showing up for whatever reason, we're afraid or we don't want to go, what kind of stress does that put on the court system? It
puts a lot of stress on the court system. When you think about it in these terms, about 42,000 people go through TIA every day. Last month I checked the stats in August.
The airport.
In the airport. We need about that many people a year to just sustain the bare minimum of trials that we have going on in the courthouse. So if we don't have people showing up on any given week, it strains the entire process and it really delays some trials getting started on time, either on a Monday or a Tuesday, when people are having to come back and forth and they're not in place for us to select the jury and begin the trial.
Okay, within 10 seconds, what if you don't show up? What's the possible penalty?
6 months in jail, $100 fine.
All right, when you get the letter.
We'll see on November 4th what happens.
Attention. Yeah, exactly. Felix, thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris, for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, still ahead this hour on Good Day Tampa Bay. Look at this.